Well, hello folks, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we find ourselves this evening is in Ballylinney old graveyard, and there's a lot of history here packed into this old graveyard. So before we go in, there's a wee bit of information that I want to read out to you, and I'm not going to read it all, so don't be panicking, but I will read some of it. It says there, as you can see, Ballylinney old burying ground. So it says here that Ballylinney old burying ground, early Christianity. This burying ground predates the Reformation, and it is believed that some churches were built in the Ballyclare area at the time of St Patrick, and that one of these, a wooden structure, would have been on this site. And then it talks about the Normans. In the service of King Henry, John de Courcy commenced the conquest of Ulster in 1177 and was responsible for commencing building Carrickfergus Castle and St Nicholas Church. And of course the first battle that he won was the Battle of Downpatrick. Then it says de Courcy's knights built churches within the boundaries of the lands allocated to them. The de Logans were allocated land in the Ballyclare area, and they built the first stone church to replace the wooden structure at Ballylinney. The earliest written record of a church at Ballylinney in the parish of Lynn is in the papal taxation of 1306. And then it says there, post-Reformation and plantation. The church, measuring 60 feet by 28 feet, with walls 3 feet thick, was destroyed by the Earl of Tyrone in the late 1500s during the rebellion. But part of the walls can still be seen in sight today. However, most of the stones were used to build the current boundary wall of the burying ground. And then it says the vault house. There is a barrel vaulted and stone roofed vault in the burying ground, which was used to watch over and protect deceased remains from body snatchers or the resurrectionists. This structure dates to around 1830, similar in period to those at Donegal and Roshee. Now, I've covered Donegal, but I haven't covered Roshee. And then it goes on to a wee bit of social history. And it says, the burying ground is an important source of the social history of the local area. Those buried in the burying ground have connections to families and individuals who emigrated across the world over the years, as well as those who sought employment in the greater Belfast area. People from all walks of life and social groups are buried in Ballylinney, and there's also Commonwealth War graves in here as well. And you can pause the video there and have a wee read of those. And then also you can see there where it says Reaming Weaver Poet, Reaming Weaver Poet, and that's Thomas Begg, 1789 to 1847. And also inventor and entrepreneur John Rowan, 1787 to 1858. But I'm going to show you a couple of graves. I'm going to show you the surgeons' graves, a family of surgeons. And I'm also going to show you a minister's grave. And then I'm also going to show you the resurrectionist house, the house that was used the corpse house that was used to watch out for the resurrectionists. So this is the graveyard, and it says that a lot of the stones were used for some of the boundary wall, but that some of the stones are still here. And I'll be able to show you some of those stones from the old medieval church. So I would assume that these are some of the stones here, as you can see. And there's a mixture of older and modern graves in here as well. So that's probably some of the old stones from the monastery, or from the old church, the medieval church. And here as well, as you can see, this actually looks like it was part of a building at one time. So this is the surgeon's grave. So it says there, God is our refuge and strength, in loving memory of James Cunningham, Ballyclare surgeon. And then it says, who died 21st of November 1853, aged 71 years, and his wife Jane, and she departed this life 1859. And then there's reading there at the bottom, as you can see, or writing there, should I say, at the bottom. So I'm going to take you to the other side of this monument. So it says, Elizabeth, born June 1825, and she died December 1826. And William Shaw, born August 1821, died May 1844. And then Hugh, surgeon, born August 1816, and he died January 1845. And then it goes on. So that's a Cunningham memorial to the Ballyclare surgeon. And I want to show you now the minister's grave, and his wife is also buried here. And then I'm going to show you the corpse house. I won't be able to take you into the corpse house for two reasons. One, the entrance is very low, and two, it's packed with concrete and stuff. But hopefully I will be able to show you a wee bit inside. So I'm going to try and read this out to you. It says, erected to the memory of Elizabeth Marshall, and she died in December 1799. If you can see that, December 1799. And then her husband, Reverend Marshall, and he died 1813, and he was the minister. It says there, if I can read it out, the Presbyterian congregation Ballyclare. So he was the minister of the congregation, the Presbyterian congregation of Ballyclare. And then it goes on, and then there's a plane there, you can see. You can also see the moon. I'll show you the moon here. The moon's putting in a wee bit of an appearance, as you can see. Been a bit of a mixed bag today. We were earlier giving out invitations for a mission. So we were up in Susquehanna, which is in County Tyrone, and it was 1 minute it was dry, and the next minute it was raining. So you sort of had to try and work between the showers. So this is the corpse house. Great to still have this, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. So this was to protect the people's loved ones who were just buried, because the last thing you want is somebody coming and digging them up, because the surgeons back then paid money for the body parts. Believe it or believe it not, that might seem a wee bit gross to us, but that's what they did back in the day. So I'm going to try and show you this the best I can. Try and get the light on. There's no light in here, of course. It's my own light. That's the best I can do for you. I can maybe put it in a wee bit closer. Don't know if that helps, but full of concrete anyway, as you can see. But thankfully no rats or mice ran out of it. So there you go, folks. That's the corpse house.